So, welcome back. So, in the last class, we are seeing the concept about the congruent modulo m. So, that is congruent modulo m. So, what is the meaning of this? So, congruent modulo m means if a comma b are any integers and m if it is the positive integer, if m is any positive integer, then a is said to be congruent to the b of mod m. A is said to be congruent to the b of mod m if a minus b is divisible by m. Okay, if the a minus b is the difference of those two integers are divisible by the m, then we will say that a is congruent to the b of mod m. So this is, we will write like that. A is, this is a symbol for the congruency of b of mod m. So like that we can write it. Means a minus b is divisible by the m. Suppose for example, 14 is congruent to the 4 of mod 5. Like that we can write it. Means 14 minus 4, that is the 10, which is divisible by the 5. That's why, so this is correct. Means 14 is congruent to the 4 of mod 5. This is the meaning of the congruent modulo m. Understand that? So similarly, suppose if I consider that, so 30 is congruent of 6 of mod 4. Is it correct? 30 is congruent to the 6 of mod 4. Is it correct? So if observe this 30 minus 6. So 30 minus 6, which is the 24. So 24 is divisible by the 4. No? So 24 is divisible by the 4. That's why this is correct. Understand? So this is the meaning of the congruent modulo m function. Now we will see that this function is satisfies which relation, whether it is the reflexive or the symmetric or the transitive or whether it is the equivalence or not. That we will check it. So first we'll check for the reflexive relation. So reflexive means we know that every element or every member should be related to itself. That is called the reflexive. That is A or A. Means this meaning is that A minus A should be, A is congruent to the A of mod m. That means A minus A should be divisible by the m. So this is correct only, because A minus A, that will give the 0. So 0 is divisible by any number other than the 0. That's why this is always correct. That's why this is a reflexive relation. Second, we will see whether it is a symmetric relation or not. Symmetric relation means if A is related to the B, B should be related to the A. If A is related to the B means in this function, A minus B, if it is divisible by the m, then automatically B minus A also is divisible by the m. If A minus B is divisible by the m, then automatically B minus A also divisible by the m. That's why this is also correct. That's why it is a symmetric relation also. So third one, we will check it whether it is the transitive or not. So transitive means if A is related to the B, B is related to the C, then A must be related to the C. That is, if A minus B is divisible by the m, B minus C is also divisible by the m, then A minus C also should be divisible by the m. Is that correct? Suppose for example, if I take that 12 minus 2, it is divisible by 5. 12 minus 2 is divisible by the 5, or otherwise I will take this 24 minus 4, 24 minus 14 I will take it. So 24 minus 14, which is divisible by 4. Similarly, I will take that 14 minus 4 is also divisible by 4. 24 minus 14, that is the 10, which is divisible by 4. And 14 minus 4 is also divisible by the 5. Now, can I take this 14 minus 4 by 5. Sorry, 24 minus 4. This n to the end, if I consider a minus c, 24 minus 4 is also divisible by 5 only, no? That's right. If this is true and this is true, then this is also the true. A minus c also divisible by the m. That's why it is transitive relation also. That's why this is the point you have to remember. Congruence modulo m function is always equivalence relation because it is satisfying all the three relations. It is reflexive, it is symmetric, and it is transitive also. That's why congruence modulo m is always equivalence relation. This is the point you have to remember. Okay, write on this. Let's get the subheading. Congruence modulo m. Congruence modulo m. Keep the subheading. In that, write on this. If small a comma b are, if small a comma b are any two integers or any two integers and small m is any positive integer, small m is any positive integer, then small a is said to be congruent to b. Small a is said to be congruent to b of modulo m. Small a is said to be congruent to b of modulo m. If a minus b is divisible by m. If a minus b is divisible by m, and it can be written as rather like that. A is congruent to b of mod m. It can be written as A is congruent to b of mod m. For example, 7 is congruent to 2 of mod 5. Second, 24 is congruent to the 12 of mod 12, etc. Next. After that, write in the note. In that note, write on this. Congruent modulo m is always an equivalence relation. Congruent modulo m is always an equivalence relation. Congruent modulo m is always an equivalence relation. Okay, so this is the point you have to remember. Now I'll let you open your material. In that last class में कहाँ तक हो गया हमारा?
39.
43 completed.
43 completed. Okay. पेज नंबर कौन सा?
95.
Okay, 43 completed. Now look at the 44th problem. The relation congruence modulo m is, which relation it is?
Equivalent relation.
It is an equivalence relation. That is the option D is correct. It is equivalence relation. Okay. Now look at the 45. Which one of the following relations on R is an equivalence relation? Observe the options. Observe the options. Which relation is an equivalence relation? पहला ऑप्शन में mod A is equal to mod B दिया ना? So already I told you that equivalent function is always an equivalence relation. That's why first option is correct. Because second option में if A greater than or equal to B, then B is not greater than or equal to A. So
Sir, screen not visible.
Not visible.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Just a minute. Visible है क्या?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now look at the 45th problem. So which one of the following relations on the R is an equivalence relation? Option देखो कौन सा ऑप्शन satisfy होता है?
Option B.
Greater than or equal to n.
Option B.
नहीं देखो इधर. Equivalence means it has to satisfy reflective, symmetric, and as well as
Option A.
transitive also. Option A is correct because they have given that A or B such that mod A is equal to mod B. So whenever equal symbol is there, that is always equivalent relation. So here we will check all the three cases. First case, whether it is a reflexive or not. Reflexive means every element should be related to itself. Means A should be related to A. So here the relation is equal. That's why is it mod A is equal to mod A. Is it correct? A and B are equal here, right? So mod A always equal to mod A only. That's why this is correct. It is a reflexive relation. Second, symmetric relation. Symmetric means if A is related to the B, B also should be related to A. That is, if mod A is equal to mod B, then automatically mod B also equal to mod A, na? That is correct. This is also correct. So third relation, transitive. That is, if mod A is equal to mod B and mod B is equal to mod C, then automatically mod A also equal to mod C. If A is equal to B and B is equal to C, then automatically A also should be equal to C, na? That's why it is transitive also. That's why this is equivalence relation. This is equivalence relation. If you observe the second option, B option, if you observe it, they have given that A is related to the B such that A is greater than or equal to B. A is greater than or equal to B. So here if you observe this first relation, that is the reflexive relation, that is A or A. A or A, if you observe this, is it A is greater than or equal to A? Is it correct? A greater than or equal to A. Correct, I guess?
No.
Yes.
That's equal to is there. That's why this is going to satisfy this condition. Means it is reflexive relation. Now, second, we see whether it is a symmetric or not. Symmetric means if A is greater than or equal to B, then B is greater than or equal to A. Is it correct?
No.
No. So when A is more than the B, then B should not be the more than A always. That's why it is not correct. That's why less than greater than symbol is there, which is called the inequation. So no inequation is symmetric. Inequations कभी भी symmetric relation नहीं होता है, right? So this is not the symmetric. That's why it is not equivalence also. Okay, third case. We'll see whether it is transitive or not. Suppose if A is greater than or equal to B and B is greater than or equal to C, then A greater than or equal to C. Is it correct? A
Yes.
is more than B, B is more than C, then A is more than C. बराबर है क्या?
Yes.
Therefore,
Yes.
the inequation is the reflexive equal to hypo. It is reflexive and transitive. If equality is not there, it is transitive only. right? That's why it is not equivalence relation. That's why this is not the option. Option A is correct. And look at the option C. In the option C, they have given that A divides B. This is the relation. Means here divide is the relation. First we'll check it whether it is a reflexive or not. Reflexive means A should be divisible by A. Is it correct? Any number is divisible by A except 0. That's why this is correct. Now second, if A divides B, then B also divides A. Is it correct?
No.
No, always is not possible. When A is dividing by the B, B may not be the divisible by A, right? That's why it is not symmetric. Then automatically it is not transitive also. That's why it is not equivalence relation. And of course, fourth option they have given A less than B or greater than B. So less than or greater than never be equivalence. Therefore, answer is first option is correct. When equal to symbol is there, that is always equivalence relation. Therefore, first option is correct. Now, look at the next problem. 45th problem देखें एक बार. Let capital R be an equivalence relation on a finite set A having n elements. And the number of ordered pairs in R is. So ordered pair बोले तो how many elements will be there in the relation? So what is the formula for the number of relations?
2n square.
Total number of the relations are the 2 power n, but in the number of equivalence relations. So the number of equivalence relations, because already I told you that the smallest equivalence relation is identity relation. The smallest equivalence relation is identity relation, right? So any other relations will have the more than the number of elements of the identity relation. So here you should observe that. So this, suppose if the number of elements in the set A is n elements, so this n elements, tell me how many identity relations you can form it? How many elements will be there in the identity relation?
N.
N only, because identity relation means every element should be related to itself only. That's why. So means suppose if A is equal to say 1, 2, 3, then its identity relation IA is 1 should be related to the 1, 2 should be related to the 2, 3 should be related to the 3. This is the identity relation. Means if it has a 3 element, identity relation also will have the 3 element, because every element should be related to itself only. Corresponding to every element will get one ordered pair. That's why the number of elements in the identity relations also n only. That's why, and this identity relation will be the smallest equivalence relation, and the universal relation will be the biggest equivalence relation. That's why. So the number of ordered pair in an equivalence relation, if R is an equivalence relation, then the number of ordered pairs, that is called n of R, is always greater than or equal to number of ordered pairs in the identity relation, because identity relation itself is the smallest equivalence relation. That's why. So the number of ordered pairs in the relation R is greater than or equal to n. This answer. So it is always greater than or equal to n. Take that. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Let's look at the next problem. 47. Let R be a relation or a set A such that R is equal to R inverse. Then R is
Cement.
Both R inverse. Suppose if it is the reflexive relation. Just look at this. What is 7? R is equal to R inverse Chayam. Means the relation and its inverse relation are always equal. When it is possible, if suppose if it is a reflexive relation, every element should be related to itself only, no?
Identity relation.
A or A. That is, R is equal to A comma A. Then tell me, what about the R inverse?
A
A
comma
comma.
A comma
A comma.
Same R hai na? That's why it is A, R inverse A also we can write it. Means both are equal only here. That's why if it is a reflexive relation, then only R is equal to R inverse. Therefore, the first option is correct. Therefore, it should be reflexive. It should be reflexive relation. That's the answer. Take that. Next observe this problem. 48th problem देखिए एक बार. The relation R is defined in N such that B is divisible by A. B is divisible by A. Which relation it is? B is divisible by A. Just observe this relation.
Reflexive but not symmetric.
Good. It is reflexive but not symmetric. Observe that A or B such that B is divisible by A. So first if I take this reflexive, that is every element should be related to itself. A or A will represent the reflexive relation. If here B is also A is divisible by A. Is it correct? A is divisible by the A. Is it correct? Because where A and B are the natural number. Means we should not take the 0 at all. So if it is a 0, then it is not possible. 0 is not divisible by 0 itself. But any other number will be divisible by itself. That's why every number will be divisible by itself. So it is reflexive. Now we'll see about the symmetry. Suppose if B is divisible by A. If the B is divisible by A, then A also should be divisible by B. Is it correct?
No.
No, this is not correct always. That's why this is wrong. That's why it's not symmetric. Therefore, the answer is reflexive but not symmetric. Therefore, the relation is reflexive but not symmetric. This is the first option is correct. It is reflexive relation but not symmetric.
Done.
Next, look at the next problem. 49th problem देखो. A relation is subset on the power set P of a set A is power set. So power set means that is the set of all the subsets of the set A. That's why सभी elements रहते ना उधर power set में सभी all the subsets will be there.
Equivalence.
That is equivalence relation. Okay, power set is also always an equivalence relation. Okay, that is correct. Now look at the problem number 50. P is equal to x comma y. That is an ordered pair that satisfies that x square plus y square is equal to 1. So which relation it is? Observe this 50. That is P is equal to, that is the set of the points x comma y such that x square plus y square is equal to 1. Means that point should satisfy that equation. So for all the values of x and y, it should satisfy for all the values of x and y. So suppose if I take the reflexive relation means x or x means x square plus y x square should be is equal to 1 for all x belongs to R. Is it correct? For all the values of the x, is it correct? Only when x equal to 1 by root 2, 1 by root 2 whole square is 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 is 1. Only when x equal to 1 by root 2 only it is correct, but not all the values of the x. That's why it is not reflexive. Okay, it is not reflexive. So reflexive means for every value of this should satisfy this. It is not reflexive relation. Now we will check whether it is a symmetric or not. Symmetric means if x is related to the y, y should be related to x. That is, if x square plus y square is equal to 1, then y square plus x square also should be equal to 1. Is it correct?
Yes.
Yes. It is always correct for any value of the x and y. That's why this is symmetric. That's why this relation is symmetric relation. Yeah. This is symmetric relation. Like that. Next, look at the next problem. 51st problem देखो. R is the relation from 11, 12, 13 to 8, 10, 12 defined by y is equal to x minus 3. Observe this 51st. The relation is y is equal to x minus 3. Here the first set A is 11, 12, 13. The second set B is 8, 10, 12. The relation is that y is equal to x minus 3. Then what is the R inverse? Just observe this. So this is a set A and set B. The relation is defined from the set A to the set B. And the relation is that y is equal to x minus y. That means R is the relation, that is the set of ordered pairs satisfy that relation. Set of ordered pairs satisfy that relation. And where this first set is the domain, second set will be the, that is codomain or the range we can call it as. Okay. Now, just look at this. I have to take all these first element of this ordered pair from the set A. Then the corresponding values of the y I have to take as the second element in the ordered pair. So, if I take x is equal to 11, suppose if I take x is equal to 11, what is the value of the y? This is the relation. Y is equal to 11 minus 3. What is the value of 11 minus 3? 11 minus 3 is 8. That is there here.
8.
That's why one relation, one ordered pair, I can take that 11 comma 8. This ordered pair will satisfy this relation. Next, if we take x is equal to 12, x equal to 12, tell me what is the value of the y?
9.
9. So 9 height is
9.
the 9
No.
height is second set? No. That's why that relation you should not take it. So that element you should not take it. Because all the y value, whatever we are getting, should lie in this set. All the x values should lie in this set. Now, if I take x is 13, x equal to 13 लिया तो y क्या होता?
10.
10.
10.
10 है ना सर? इसलिए हम ना
Yes.
ordered पे ले सकते हैं. 13 comma 10 ले सकते हैं. So this is the relation R. So that is the relation R satisfied by this. Now tell me what is the R inverse?
8, 11, 10, 13.
10 comma 13. This is R inverse. This is R.
सर सैटरडे की क्लास का वीडियो भेजा क्या?
क्या?
सैटरडे के क्लास का वीडियो
सैटरडे के क्लास नहीं हो गया, बीच में कट हो गया, क्लास नहीं हुई, कैसे लाइन गया था बीच में, इसलिए नहीं लिए मैंने क्लास सैटरडे. Okay, now look at the 52nd problem. R be the relation less than where A is 1, 2, 3, 4, B is 1, 3, 5, and the relation is A less than B. Then what is the R circle R inverse? Okay, let's observe this. Second, here the set A is given as 1, 2, 3, 4. Set B is 1, 3, 5, and the relation is that A or B such that A is less than B, where small a we have to take from the set A, small b we have to take from the set B. Now look at this. So this is the relation. So then I have to take the ordered pair for the R, A comma B, such that A less than B. So like that I have to form the relation R, that is A comma B, means A should be smaller than the B. This A I have to take from the set A and B I have to take from the set B. Tell me what are the ordered pairs satisfy this relation? Suppose if you take A is 1, B is 1. A I have to take from this, B I have to take from this. दोनों भी 1, 1 लिया तो ये satisfy हो रहा क्या? 1 less than 1 is not possible. So you should not take that. I will take A1, B3, 1, 3. It is satisfying this. 1, 3 satisfying. Next, you take A1, B5. That is also satisfying this relation. 1 less than 5. Okay. Similarly, if I take A2, 2, 1, we should not take it. 2, 3, we can take it. 2, 3, we can take it. Then 2, 5, we can take it. Next, we take the 3. 3, 1, I should not take it because 3 should be smaller than the B. So 3, 3 also I should not take it. So 3, 5, I can take it. Next, 4, 1, we can't take it. 4, 3, we can't take it. 4, 5, we can take it. मतलब पहले एलिमेंट छोटा होने को ना दूसरा एलिमेंट से. Next, A less than B ना. So this is the relation R satisfies. What about the R inverse?
3, 1.
3,
5.
1, 5,
5,
1,
5, 1, 3, 2,
5, 5,
3,
5, 3, and 5, 4. This is that one, right? Now I have to find R circle R inverse. So R circle R inverse means that I already told you that this is called a composite relation. How do you calculate this composite relation? Means already I told you that suppose if A is one set, B is another set, and C is the third set. Suppose it is 1, 2, 3. Suppose it is A, B, C. It is again say 3, 4, 5. Let us assume that 1 is related to the B, B is related to the 3. So this is say R is the relation. So this R we can write 1, B. 1 is related to the B. And if this relation is say yes, we will take that B, 3. B is related to the 3, right? Now if you want to write the relation from A to the S, that is, you write that S circle R, we will write it as. So the relation from A to the C, we will write S circle R. Means while writing that, we have to write in the reverse order. This relations we have to write in the reverse order, S circle R. But while seeing that, we have to see from this. So that is the relation from 1 to 3. This is 1 to the 3. Means if 1B, B3, if I take it, whatever this common element is there, this take it out. And write on this n to the end 1, 3. That is the relation S circle R. Like that we have to express the relation. Here also R circle R inverse we have to write it. For writing this, we have to look at this relation in the reverse order. इधर R सर्कल R इनवर्स है तो R इनवर्स से R तक देखना पड़ेगा हमको, R इनवर्स से R तक. इसमें 3 1 1 3 है ना, 3 1 1 3 is there, right? Now this middle value should be equal, that value निकाल दो, बाकी n to n values लिखना पड़ेगा. Means if the 3 is related to the 1 is related to the 3, then 3 should be related to 3. That's why here the pair will get the 3 comma 3. Okay, that is one ordered pair will get it. Similarly, 3 1 1 5 is there, right? This end,
Five.
this starting point should be equal. 3 1 1 5 लिया तो n to n क्या लेना? 3
5
comma
comma
5. 3 comma 5. Okay, next. अभी इधर एंड 1 है, इधर स्टार्टिंग 1 एलिमेंट दोनों है, करेक्ट? ये हो गया. बाद में सेकंड एलिमेंट देखो 5 1 1 3. 5
5 comma
1 3. 5 comma 3.
5 comma
3.
Next. 5 1 1 5.
5 comma 5.
5 comma
5
5.
comma 5.
नेक्स्ट थर्ड एलिमेंट देखो 3 2 2 3. क्या लेना? 3 2 2
3
3.
comma
ऑलरेडी हमने लिया था, तो फिर से लेने के लिए जरूर नहीं. 3 2 2 5.
सर टाइम झाला ना सर.
3 comma 5.
हाँ 3 comma